Hey guys, so we have the Twitter previews for the Golden Week celebration for both JP and Global Dokkan. There technically is no Global Dokkan Twitter reveal yet, but I assume everything that's going to JP will also be coming to Global because we have the previews for, by previews I mean the coming soon for Dokkan event message in the news for Global. So I'm assuming all of the non-Dokkan Fest exclusive units are also coming. So let's go over this. I actually, this is a very interesting scenario here because I went to bed at like 5 a.m. because I was like, okay, the latest they would ever reveal this stuff is at 5 a.m. Well, looks like they released it at 5:30 a.m. for my time, so it's very, I don't know. It's just, they were waiting for me to go to sleep to release this, obviously. So I don't have anything written up for these guys, so I'm going to be doing the translations just live. I skimmed them over very, very briefly before making this. So I have like okay idea of what they do, but I don't have anything written up, so we're gonna be doing this live, and you know, we'll figure it out along the way. All right, so the first unit we have is the Awakening, the Dokkan Awakening, the long-awaited Dokkan Awakening for Metal Rildo. So Metal Rildo, leader skill, HP, attack and defense 90%, 3 key for STR. His super attack is he raises attack just infinitely, so he's infinitely stacking attack. And then he greatly raises defense for 1 turn. He causes supreme damage and he lowers attack. It's actually a really good super attack effect. Then the passive is going to be defense plus 120% at the start of turn. And then he gets 120% attack when launching super attack. And then there's a new category, GT Boss. So I guess this is how they're splitting up the GT, I guess, saga into 2 different categories, GT Bosses and then GT Heroes. So, I mean, looks like that's what they're going to be doing for GT from now on. We already had the Shadow Dragon saga. It looks like, you know, in terms of them doing more sagas like Baby Saga, Super 17 Saga, I don't think they're going to be touching those. I think instead, from this point forward, they're just going to be doing GT Bosses versus GT Heroes. Obviously, GT Bosses sounds like it's going to suck because there's not that many GT Bosses in the game. But we will figure that out, I guess, as we go along here. So GT Bosses, category allies, key plus 2 and defense plus 40%. He also gives GT Heroes when there's a GT Heroes category enemy, he gets an additional attack and defense plus 60%, and he's super effective against all types. And he has a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy for 2 turns. That's all dependent on if there's a GT Hero category enemy. And then at the end of a turn where he took an attack, he gets 5% HP restored. So he heals 5% HP at the turn of where he receives an attack. So that's pretty much the AGO Metal Cooler effect there. And then in terms of his links, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, I think that's Thirst, yeah, that's Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, GT, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. And then his categories are Artificial Life Form, Terrifying Conquerors, and GT Bosses. So him being on Terrifying Conqueror is obviously very good because of, you know, the STR cooler. He's going to be able to work well on that team, especially on Super Battle Road, even though there's not really going to be other GT Bosses on the team. I mean, I guess there could be Baby, right? Baby fits on that team. Yeah, LR Baby. There's not, I mean, a lot of what he's doing, well, not a lot, but, you know, super effective against all types, additional attack and defense plus 60% is dependent on there being a GT Heroes category enemy. So I don't know how often you're really going to be seeing that here, but I mean, in the new Legendary Goku event that's GT themed, you're going to be having that every turn. So that's probably what a lot of these units are going to be designed to do and be good on. So that's Rildo, finally getting a Dokkan Awakening, cool. All right, so let's move on to the 2 banner units that are not Dokkan Fest exclusives. So we have 2. The first one is going to be Trunks and Goten from GT, and then the second one is going to be Gohan and Goten from GT. So GT Goten is actually receiving a lot of love in this update, which is pretty funny. So I assume the Trunks and Goten are the Vegeta banner secondary unit, and then the Goten and Gohan are the Goku banner secondary unit. But taking a look at the Goten and Trunks first, they are a GT Hero category leader, key plus 3 HP attack and defense plus 120%. Their super attack effect is attack and defense go up infinitely, so they infinitely stack attack and defense, and then they do supreme damage. The passive skill is own key plus 3, attack and defense plus 150%, so that's just start a turn. That's already pretty damn good. And then whenever they perform a super attack, they get an additional attack plus 40%, which is, you know, it seems like a little boost, right? 40% does not seem like that big of a boost, but keep in mind that's already going to be multiplied into the 150% they get to start a turn. So that's actually pretty good. Then they guaranteed are going to be doing an additional attack with a medium chance for it to become a super attack. Okay. And then they are a Goku family category support unit that gives ki plus 3 and HP and attack and defense plus 40%. And then they are also a Vegeta family supporter, the same buff, ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 40%. So this unit is ridiculously powerful. I mean, they're already going to be doing a ton of attack. They have a guaranteed chance to perform an additional attack with a medium chance it becomes a super, and then they're a 3 key attack and defense plus 40% supporter for both Goku family and Vegeta family. This is like, you know, we talked about, and everybody at this point knows how good that Trunks was, what came out with the Broly for Saiyan Day. These guys are like actually probably the best banner unit in the game, or something close to that. Just absolutely ridiculous. Their links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Rival Duo, the new one's Solid Support, Cold Judgment, Speed Type, Speedy Retribution, I think is what that is in English, GT, and then Fierce Battle. And then they're on GT Heroes, Hybrid Saiyans, Siblings Bond, and Joint Forces. So this unit is, I saw this, like, I remember I skimmed through these like very briefly before I started recording, and like this to me is like ridiculously powerful. Like this unit is going to be used on like every team. Goku family, Vegeta family, GT Heroes. Honestly, I would just throw them on Hybrid Saiyans probably. Siblings Bond, you'd probably just throw them on there too. Like you just throw them everywhere. I mean, they're starting the turn with 9 key no matter what. Because actually, you know what? You know what I thought about? Are they getting? No, they're not. I was thinking because they're not on Goku family and Vegeta family, because I was like, do they get both boosts? Actually, no, they don't, because they're not on either team, so they're actually not getting their own support buffs. But that's fine. I mean, yeah, I mean, I still think this team is gonna be really good. They're starting with the 9 key because of the 3 key in the beginning, and then I mean, you're gonna more likely than not have at least 2 other units on your team that are either Vegeta family or Goku family, so this unit is just ridiculous. Alright, so now we have Gohan and Goten from GT. They are the same leader skill as these guys, 120% across the board and 3 key for GT Heroes. Then their super attack is greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and then causes supreme damage. It's a little different than these guys. Again, these guys greatly stack forever, or not greatly stack, they just regular stack forever. And then the passive is going to be they get 150% attack and defense when launching super attack, and then they have a guaranteed additional with a medium chance that additional becomes a super attack, and they are a GT Hero category support unit of ki plus 3 and attack and defense plus 40%. So they actually are very similar to this unit. The only difference is that these guys don't get 3 key to start a turn, and they are supporting GT Heroes instead of both Goku family and Vegeta family. So I actually think I'd much rather prefer these guys. I think the stacking is going to come into play more than just 1 turn greatly. 1 turn great raise is actually very good. I'm not saying it's bad, but I think I personally would prefer this effect here. And then I think, you know, GT Heroes is a nice category, but it's not going to compete with Goku family and Vegeta family. So these guys are absurdly good too, but I mean, to me, these guys just seem better. And then their links are Saiyan Warrior Race, All in the Family, Saiyan Lineage, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, GT, Fierce Battle, and then their categories are GT Hero, Hybrid Saiyan, Goku Family, Sibling Bond, and Joint Forces. So honestly, you could just run these 2 together as a rotation, to be honest. Like, this guy's going to be supporting this guy, because this guy is on the Goku Family category. This is going to be a solid rotation, right? You just run these 2 together. Alright, so let's go to the actual Dokkan Fest exclusives here. The first one we have is Super Saiyan Vegeta GT. And it's funny because I threw out the idea of, what if these guys are just Super Saiyan Vegeta GT and Super Saiyan Goku GT, and everybody's like, no, there's no way. But you know, it ended up being true. It ended up being true. But you do see a Super Saiyan 4 in the background here, so we'll figure that out as we go through this. Alright, so Super Saiyan Vegeta GT, his stats. Let's just take a look at his stats real quick. So him being an int type means he's going to be getting 5,000 across the board. So assume he's going to be rainbowed, right? He's starting at 9,800 attack. He's going to get 5,000. So he's going to be at 14,800 attack. Honestly, that's not the best. It's not that high. And that's comparable to Dokkan Fest Videl, who just came out on JP, who also doesn't have a very high attack stat. Defensively, he's going to be ridiculous, though. 13,400 defense for a TUR is... I think that's second only to Videl, honestly. His defense is ridiculously high. Okay, so let's just start with looking at his details here. His super attack is the Gallic Gun. The effect is greatly raises attack for 1 turn, and then he infinitely is going to stack his defense. And then he does immense damage, and he greatly lowers defense. So the greatly lowering defense, I don't really care about that, but he's infinitely stacking his defense, and then he's greatly raising attack for 1 turn, which is pretty good. His leader skill is GT Hero, category key plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 170%. So it's 170 across the board and 3 key, which is what I would expect from a GT Hero category leader, because GT Hero, it's going to be good, right? You're going to have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on there. You're going to have both the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta on there. You're going to have like Oob on there. And then I guess like these 2 guys are going to be on there too, these 2 units that are coming out. I mean, it's, again, GT is not super expansive. I feel like whenever people think of GT heroes, they're thinking of Super Saiyan 4s. So this is going to be the Super Saiyan 4 team plus like some of the side characters. And then it's also Vegeta family, category key plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 150% across the board. So these are really, really nice. This is a really nice leader skill, because if you don't have, you know, the roster to fill up the GT hero slot, you can throw in some Vegeta family category units here too, just, you know, help round it out, which is great because there's a million of those. All right, and then the passive skill is attack plus 180% and defense plus 120%. That's just a start of turn buff. Then he randomly changes a type of orb to rainbow. So he has a rainbow orb changer, which is very, very important. I mean, that's going to make him age extremely well. Whenever we have orb changers in this game, especially rainbow orb changers, you see these units that are able to just age very well. And one good example that comes off the top of my head is the EZA STR Goten. He is a really, really good unit, and I feel like his ability to change orbs to rainbow has allowed him to stay relevant on a lot of his teams, and I expect to see the same thing for this Vegeta moving forward. So even if you don't want to put him on main rotation, you can float him around on his teams, and he's able to change the orbs for the team. Alright, so then the second part of his passive is he's going to be getting... This is a new mechanic. This has never been in the game before, from what I can recall. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 10% buff on super attack for every orb obtained. So there's no requirement for type of orb. It doesn't have to be rainbows, doesn't have to be int or any type of orb. As long as you collect 1 orb, so per each orb you collect, so per 1 orb you collect, you get 10% attack and defense additional on your super attack when you launch super attack. So think about how much attack that is. He's starting with 180% attack. Then let's just assume you're getting, I don't know, what's the average per turn? 5 orbs? I mean, him being an orb changer probably makes it around 6 orbs average per turn for him. He's going to be getting an average of attack and defense plus an extra 60% on super attack. That's really good. And then we're not done yet. His last part of his passive is he gets an additional 50% attack per each other GT hero category ally attacking in the same turn, besides himself. So that's an additional 100% attack for other GT hero category allies attacking in the same turn. That's, you know, assuming you have a full GT hero team, that's 100% extra attack. So he's getting an attack start of turn 180%. Then he's getting the additional boost on super attack of whatever, you know, depending on how many orbs you collect. And then he's getting an additional 50 or 100 or 0, I guess, depending on your team composition, if there's other GT hero category allies attacking in the same turn. That's a lot of attack. It's a lot. Like we're talking like 5, 6, 7 million attack stats for a TUR. So that's his passive. Then he also has an active skill. This is where we'll take a look at the animations in a second, but this is where the Super Saiyan 4 background here comes into play. So he actually transforms into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta for this active skill and does an attack, and then that's just part of the animation. It's not actually part of the card's name or anything like that. So the requirements for this active skill is he has to launch 4 or more super attacks. And as you can tell, there are no additional super attacks or anything like that built into his passive. So this is not going to be something that you see at all in like Super Battle Road or the God of Destruction event. This is going to be something that is specifically designed to be in something like the Legendary Goku event. And you know, what more than how perfect that they're releasing a new one of those, right? A new Legendary Goku event, a new Event Dragon Ball History stage. Those are the stages where you're going to be seeing this activate. And so what it does, it's temporarily massively raises attack and then causes ultimate damage. So it's basically, I think that's the same multiplier as the LR Super Saiyan 4 active skill. Temporarily massively raises attack, and then, yeah, I think it is temporarily massively raises attack and then causes ultimate damage. I mean, it's not going to be game breaking because it's just an ultimate attack, right? It's not like you're going to be getting some massive support buff or something like that. But it is going to be very, very powerful. But again, the conditions, 4 super attacks, come on. He's not going to be, you're not going to be supering with this guy like 4 times a turn, right? So, assuming you get 2 additional super attack, sorry, not 2, 1 additional super attack every turn that you super with this guy, the earliest you will ever see this is turn 5. And that's if you get super lucky. So, yeah, I mean, there's the active skill. Links are going to be Golden Warrior, Prodigies, Super Saiyan, Royal Lineage GT, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. And his categories are GT Hero, Pure Saiyan, Vegeta Family, Super Saiyans, Worthy Rivals, Prodigious Warriors, and then Grade A Power. He actually does have the Grade A Power category, which is good. So that's Vegeta. Let's move on to Goku. Goku is pretty much the same unit. There's a little bit of a slight difference. Goku's again also going to be hovering around 15,000 attack. Defense is going to be very high as well, approaching 13,000, not exactly hitting it. But I mean, both these units have ridiculously high defense. And super attack effect is exactly the same. It's greatly raises attack for 1 turn, raises defense infinitely, causes supreme damage, and then greatly lowers defense. And same exact leader skill, except instead of Vegeta Family, it's Goku Family. And then the passive is going to be very similar too. Attack plus 180% start of turn, defense plus 120, and then he randomly changes 1 type of orb to Rainbow. But here's where it differs a little bit for Goku. Goku is going to be getting 20% attack per orb obtained when launching super attack. So while Vegeta gets 10% attack and defense, Goku's going to be getting 20% attack, just straight up way higher attack. I actually think Goku might hit a little bit harder because of this, but in the last part of his passive, instead of getting the 50% attack per GT Hero category alliance attacking in the same turn, he's getting defense. It's going to be close. I mean, Goku has a slightly higher attack stat than Vegeta, right? Vegeta has 9,800, Goku has 10,200, so you know, not that much, like a 420 difference. But then he's also getting he's getting 10% more per orb. So I guess it's going to depend on how many orbs you get. I think there's going to be a point where if you get a certain number of orbs with Goku, he's going to eclipse Vegeta's damage, but Vegeta has this baseline 50% more for the attacking in the same turn boost. But Goku's defense is going to be ridiculous too. I mean, 100% extra defense for this, plus he's also infinitely stacking. Yeah, and then there's also the same active skill condition for him as well. And it's the same exact effect too. It's temporarily massively raises attack, and then causes ultimate damage. But let's go take a look at the actual animations here. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can actually see this. But let's go ahead and play this. That's a little bit too much. And see how these look. Let me actually just pause this. All right, let's start with Vegeta's set of cards here. All right, so there's Vegeta's attack. I mean, I don't. We'll take a look at Goku's in a second. I don't actually know if this is a direct reference to anything. This sequence right here, where he transforms into Super Saiyan and then goes into Great Ape and then Super Saiyan 4. I don't think this is directly taken from anything. This right here. But we'll take a look at Goku's right now. Goku's is very, very obvious where this is from. The ending screen looks so good. This is, by the way, if you guys don't know, this is from the second Dragon Ball GT opening, his active skill effect. This is like literally directly ripped from Dragon Ball GT's second opening. The ending of the second opening. This is where he does the Kamehameha sequence where he transforms to Super Saiyan 3, then Super Saiyan 4. There's actually a card in Dragon Ball Heroes that just came out last year that is a transforming base form GT Goku that transforms into Super Saiyan 4 using this exact same sequence. So this is a very iconic thing. I'm assuming most people know this is from the sequence of Dragon Ball GT's opening. But there we have it. I like the animations a lot. I really like these units. Even though, I think most people would have preferred them to just be straight up Super Saiyan 4s or in some capacity, transforming or whatever. I actually think they did a good job with these guys. Them being Rainbow Orb Changers is going to make them last a very, very long time with all of their teams. And yeah, I'm excited to see how they actually perform in game. They look absolutely ridiculous to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.